Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga class today. So today's class is very specific. We are going to be tackling vertigo. Now, when it comes to vertigo, there can be very many different causes of vertigo and types of vertigo. So what we are going to be primarily focusing on today is something that is called BPPV. It is an acronym and it stands for benign positional paroxysmal vertigo. So it is one type of vertigo. So what we're going to do in class today is some nice, good yoga movements that can help your inner ears for staying healthy. But then I am actually going to go over 4 specific techniques. If you've got BPPV or you've been dealing with some vertigo or dizziness, that may help you take care of your vertigo symptoms. Now, please understand BPPV can be very difficult to manage. And so that's why you're never going to use the advice and the exercises we're going to do today as your sole medical treatment. They're great self-management tools to treat BPPV, but it isn't the only thing you should do if your symptoms are chronic and you're not getting improvement on your own. Okay, so what is BPPV? Well, deep inside your ears, you have 3 canals. They are semicircular canals. So if you can think of like the letter C, they are semicircular canals that are in 3 different alignments, so that each of those canals tells your brain where your head is in space relative to the horizon. So when we move our head up and down, when we move our head side to side, and when we rotate our head, there are little tiny crystals within those canals that move throughout those semicircular canals that give feedback to our brain and say, yes, you're upright. Yes, you're side bending your head. Yes, you're turning your head. So when those little crystals inside those canals get stuck or lodged and don't have that free movement, which really can simply happen from dehydration, having a cold or a virus, it doesn't have to be a major medical problem that brings it on. The techniques that we're going to work on today should be able to help it. So what you're going to need for class is your yoga mat, something to sit on, because we're going to do some nice breathing exercises that are really nice to kind of calm down the nervous system when you're very anxious about having vertigo or dizziness. But you're also going to need a pillow for the very last technique that we do. Now, let me say this. The techniques that we're going to be working on today are kind of sort of in the order of easiest to perform, less likely to make you vomit, to a little bit harder to perform, really best for a physical therapist to perform on you, but I'm going to show you how you can, in fact, do the technique yourself. So if you currently are struggling with BPPV or vertigo, it might behoove you to have a little bit of water beside you and maybe a bucket in case you happen to make yourself sick. Sorry for that in advance. However, if you're healthy and your semicircular canals generally do you good and you don't have any dizziness or any vertigo, that doesn't mean not to do today's class, because it's going to improve the efficiency of those crystals moving in all 3 of those canals. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's start with having ourselves in a seated position. Once you've got yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position, just make sure that you've got a position that you feel like you're not already feeling stress or strain in your low back. So a bolster, you could even sit on the chair for the beginning of this class before we make it down to our mat. Once you've got yourself there, let's go through 3 gentle cat-cows. Now, here's the thing. When you've got any sort of vertigo, it is very important to do movement slowly, because if the crystals in the ears aren't stuck and they're just slow, then sometimes the slow movements will aid getting the crystals moving. So kind of think about that as we do all of our movements today in class. Okay, so take a nice deep inhale in, roll your belly forward, stick your tailbone up, lift your chest up, lengthen your neck, and gently look upwards towards the ceiling. Then as you exhale, Pull your belly in, tuck your tailbone under, drop your rib cage down, lengthen the back of the neck, and look into your belly button. Okay, so we're going to do that 2 more times. Take a slow, deep inhale in, nice and slow as you transition, lengthening the entire front of your body. And then slow exhaling out, curling under, letting that rib cage curl, lengthening the back of the neck, chin to chest, gaze into the belly button. One final time here. Inhaling, nice and slowly lengthening through the front of your body. And then exhaling, nice and slowly lengthening through the back side of your body. And then gently bring yourself all the way back up into a seated position. Very good. So one great breathing exercise that really calms down your nervous system, especially when you're dizzy or have vertigo, is alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to be working on using that. So just keep your left hand resting onto your thigh. Make sure that you feel like your sit bones are in a comfortable seated position, and then hip hinge so you feel some weight through your legs. Kind of lengthen your spine nice and tall. Relax your shoulder blades back and down. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take your tongue rested onto the roof of the mouth. Then we're going to be using our right hand. So in particular, we're going to be using our right thumb for our nostril and our ring finger for our left nostril. So pinky can kind of stick out to the side. Your index finger and your middle finger, just turn them down for today. All right, so here's what I want you to do. Start with closing off your right nostril. Now take a slow inhale into your left nostril. Hold your breath, close your left nostril, open your right, and exhale slowly out. All right, so let's do that 2 more times. Inhale into the right nostril. Close the right, open the left, exhale out. Stay with the left nostril. Inhale in. Close the left, open the right, and exhale out. You've got it. Okay, so in between each of these types of techniques that we're going to be doing for dizziness today, we're going to come back up to this upright position. We're going to do some gentle cat-cows to our body, and we're going to work on revisiting that alternate nostril breathing. All right, so go ahead and move yourself off of your bolster. Have yourself completely onto your yoga mat. Now, here's the thing that we need to do first. If you are experiencing any sort of vertigo or dizziness today, and you're doing this class with me, first things first, you kind of need to know which ear is the ear that's problematic. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little evaluation on ourselves and see which of our ears might be the ear that contributes to a little bit of BPPV. So allow yourself to turn to the side so that you're in a long sitting position, staff pose in yoga, with your legs nice and straight. Sit yourself up nice and straight. Now, if you've got really tight hamstrings, don't keep your knees straight. Gently allow your knees to bend. If you've got really weak abdominals, you'll want to keep your knees bent and hold onto the back of the knees as you lay yourself downward. Now, as a physical therapist, I am not an advocate of just laying flat down on your back. But to be able to do these techniques today, we do need to be able to do that. So caution with your low back, specifically the discs of your low back, if you've got a lot of weakness in your abdominals. Okay, so which side is potentially your bad side? That's what we're going to begin with. So first and foremost, with all of the exercises that we do today, we're going to be working on rotating our head. Now, when you rotate your head, you have the ability to rotate your head 90 degrees, generally for the average person, to the right, and 90 degrees to the left. For all of the techniques that we're going to be doing, you want to reduce that by 50%. So you're going to rotate your head halfway towards the shoulder, so about 45 degrees or so. So let's start with rotating our head halfway, 45 degrees or so, to the right side. Once you've got yourself in that position, what I want you to do is bend your knees up, hold the hands behind the knees if your abdominals are weak, take a deep inhale in, and then as you exhale, lay yourself down. Now, make sure that that head stays at a 45-degree angle. Nothing behind your head right now. You're just in a neutral position. But as you have your head at that 45-degree angle, just gently begin to take deep inhales and exhales. If the right ear has any sort of BPPV in it, you may have felt a little bit of dizziness, maybe a little bit of room spinning as you laid yourself into this position with your head rotated 45 degrees to the right and straight back onto your back. All right, so take another breath or two. Now, very gently roll yourself over onto your right side. Allow yourself to use your bottom elbow and your top hand and gently push yourself back up into the seated position. All right. Do you have a healthy right vestibular system? If you had no dizziness, everything is good. You're good to go. But we're going to go over the 4 excellent techniques if you did have any dizziness on that side. Now let's do the left side. So once again, find yourself in staff pose. As you find yourself in staff pose, you decide if you're doing knees straight or knees bent. I like to keep my knees straight until I'm about to lay down. Once you have yourself in staff pose, start with your head forward first. And again, same idea, not 90-degree turn of your head, but just a 45-degree turn to the left of your head. Now keep that head turned 45 degrees. Bend your knees up, hold your knees if you've got weak abdominals. Don't let your head unrotate, but lay yourself flat back onto your back. Now keep that head rotated 45 degrees. Taking slow, deep inhales and exhales here. Getting any sort of perception. Are you dizzy? Is the room spinning? Slowly, deeply inhaling. Slowly, deeply exhaling. If you do have any sort of dizziness, absolutely important to maintain the position for about 30 seconds before you start to slowly transition moving your body. Okay, now doing the same thing we did on the opposite side. Now that we've kind of evaluated the left ear and the right ear, let's gently rotate onto your left side. Allow your head to come back to the center. Left elbow, right hand, take an inhale, then on the exhale, gently push yourself up into the seated position. Okay, so the first technique that we're going to work on doing is called a half somersault. Now, the really cool thing about the half somersault is it was actually designed by the University of Colorado in Denver with a practitioner that was there that woke up one morning woke up in the middle of the night actually, and she had severe dizziness and the onset of BPPV in the middle of the night. She knew the anatomy. She knew how the semicircular canals worked. And so all she had to figure out is, how can I fix this myself right now? So it's an excellent self-management technique when and if you ever have that dizziness. So let's bring ourselves up into hands and knees pose, tabletop position. Check in that your knees are hip distance. Allow yourself to have your feet straight behind you. Stack those hips directly on top of the knees. Wrists and elbows, have them so that they're on top of the shoulders, index forward, and then go ahead and allow yourself to bring those thumbs inward. So we're going to do a couple of cat-cows before we go through the actual technique. So take a nice deep inhale, sink your belly, lift your tailbone, squeeze your shoulders, lengthen your neck, slowly look up. Remember, slow is the name of the game today. Then as you exhale, pull the abdomen in, tuck the tailbone under, spread the shoulder blades, lengthen the neck, chin into your chest. Nice slow inhale. As you inhale, dropping everything down, lengthening that neck slowly and looking upward. And then nice, slow, curling everything up. Nice, good tuck as you tuck the chin into the chest. One final time here. Inhaling, sinking the belly, lifting the tailbone, squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting the chest, lengthening the neck, looking up. And exhaling, pulling the abdomen in, tucking the tailbone under, spreading the shoulder blades, lengthening the neck, chin to chest. Now, keep the chin to your chest. Very slowly walk yourself into child's pose. Keep the gaze downward. And then begin to slowly take your gaze all the way downwards, crown of the head to the floor, looking at your toes. Now, in this position, gently rest your elbows. Slowly allow yourself to take a deep inhale into your belly. And then exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Now, gently push yourself up into your hands. Gently allow yourself to come up in kneeling. And so where you are right now is where you begin the half somersault. So if you can imagine as a kid, you would do a somersault. Well, we're not doing a full somersault. We're doing a half of a somersault. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to do it for the left ear first. Actually, no, let me face you. We'll do it for the right ear first. So what you're going to do is stay in your kneeling position, and you can be high in kneeling if you want to, but find yourself in a comfortable kneeling position. Take your head, rotate your head 45 degrees. So as you rotate your head 45 degrees, you're going to keep that rotation. As you exhale in a second, you're going to dive deep into your child's pose. Bring your chin all the way into your chest, kind of like we're getting prepared to do rabbit pose. Okay, keep that head rotated. As you dive, keep the rotation. Take a nice deep inhale. Then as you exhale, dive the head downward into a child's pose position, chin to chest, but you're in a slight rotation to the right. I guess easy to say, it's kind of like you're looking at your right knee. Now, hold this position. We're going to do 3 slow, deep inhales and exhales. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Now keep your head rotated 45 degrees to the right. Gently bring yourself up onto your hands and your knees. So left ear is going towards the floor, right ear is going towards the ceiling. Keep your head level with your shoulders and your spine. Now, as you keep your head level and you're gazing off and to the right, take a slow, deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Now, keep the head rotated. Push yourself back into kneeling. And then unrotate your head. All right. So there's the technique. It's that simple. Now, if it's a left ear, you need to repeat that process on the opposite side. So I'm just going to turn me so that I'm facing you. If it's really severe dizziness, oftentimes when you do this technique in the kneeling position, it's beneficial to start your head in full extension and then turn your head to the left or the right side. So if you want to this time, you can try that, or you can start with just the pure rotation. So whatever works best for you. If this was a left ear problem, you're starting in kneeling, maybe tip the head up, but turn that head 45 degrees to the left. That's the important part. And then remember, you're going to do a partial or a half somersault. So hold yourself here for those 3 breaths. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in and exhaling out. All right, so remember, keep the head turned 40 degrees, but strongly flex the neck, curl the head, keep the rotation. But as you come down, let the crown of the head come. Your gaze is off and to the left. Take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. 2 more slow breaths. Deep inhale in, exhaling out. And 1 more time. Deep inhale in and exhaling out. Now, transition up onto hands and knees. Keep that head rotated, and it's now level with your spine and your shoulders. So right ear is down towards the floor, left ear is towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Deep inhale in. Exhaling out. 1 more time. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. All right, from your hands and knees, slowly bring yourself back into kneeling. Once you get there, unrotate your head back to the center. You've got it. That's what it is. So have yourself a seat into the center of your yoga mat. First technique done, 3 to go. So it is an excellent self-management tool, particularly if your dizziness or your BPPV comes on in the middle of the night. It's not like you want to go to an emergency room. Half somersault is where it's at. Okay, now this next exercise we're doing is commonly done after you've had some medical management of your BPPV or your dizziness. So it is called a Brandt-Daroff exercise, BRANDT -DAROFF. So it is an exercise to keep loosening up those semicircular canals. So it's an excellent exercise to do for the health of your vestibular system if you don't, in fact, have any dizziness. So we're going to start in the center. Place yourself in your easy pose. Let's go back to those cat-cows in a sitting position and 1 quick breathing exercise. Hands onto your knees. Allow yourself to take an inhale, roll your pelvis forward, lift your chest up, lengthen through the front of you, gently, slowly gaze upward. Then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, pull your abdomen in, slowly spread your shoulder blades, curl your rib cage, lengthen the back of the neck, chin to chest, gaze into your belly button. Inhaling, roll the pelvis forward, stick the belly out, lift the chest up, lengthen that front of that neck and looking upward. And then slowly exhaling, letting every piece of the movement very, very slowly begin to happen. 1 more time. Inhaling, rolling forward, lengthening through the front, lengthening through the neck, gently looking upward. And then exhaling, curling that tailbone under, slowly curling the abdomen under, chin to chest as you gaze downward. And gently come all the way back up into a nice, comfortable seated position. Left hand onto the left thigh, right hand, get ready for your alternate nostril breathing. Right thumb to the right nostril, ring finger to the left nostril. So close off the right nostril. Have your spine nice and long, lengthen your neck, tongue to the roof of your mouth. Close your eyes if you like. Take a slow, deep inhale into your left nostril. Close off the left, open the right, exhaling out. Take an inhale into the right. Close off the right, open the left, exhaling out. Take an inhale into the left. Close the left, open the right, and finally exhaling out. Now, obviously, you could do that breathing exercise many more times than that. We're just doing it as a transition between each of these vestibular exercises. Okay, so you're going to be in either staff sitting or knees bent in the center of your yoga mat here. Because what we're going to be working on doing is laying to the left side, laying to the right side. So this exercise is for both vestibular systems, your left ear and your right ear together. We're going to challenge one first and then challenge the second one. And we're going to actually repeat it 2 times on each side. So once you have yourself in a nice, tall, long sitting position, gently drop your legs to the right side. Now, right pelvis is going to lift up. That's a-okay. But in that position, have yourself nice and tall. Then take your head and rotate your head 45 degrees to the left. Now take a nice deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. One more good breath. And exhaling out. Now keep your head rotated 45 degrees. Place your left hand onto your yoga mat. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, drop down on your left side, gaze straight down to your yoga mat. You can stack your knees here, holding yourself head facing downward onto your left shoulder. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. And inhaling in. And exhaling out. All right, bottom elbow, top hand. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, push yourself back up. Keep your head rotated to 45 degrees. You've got it. Now gently bring your head to the center. Gently sweep your feet to the right. We got to go on the opposite side now. So just make sure your transitions are really slow. We're using 3 breaths for each transition. You could go longer if you needed to, particularly if your symptoms were worse. So sitting up nice and tall, turn your head 45 degrees to the right. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Deep inhale in. Exhaling out. And deep inhale in. Exhaling out. All right, nose dive down into your right side lie position. So take a deep inhale. Then as you exhale, drop down, keeping the gaze down towards your yoga mat. Right side lie, stack your knees if you want. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. One more breath. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Now, bottom elbow, top hand, take an inhale. Then as you exhale, push yourself back up. Keep your head rotated 45 degrees. And then slowly bring your head back to the center. All right, flip your feet. Left hand, have yourself ready. Take your head, rotate to the left 45 degrees. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Final breath in. And exhaling. Now don't change the rotation of your head. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, dive your nose down into your yoga mat. Stack your knees. Nice deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in.
Exhaling out. And final deep inhale in. And exhaling out. All right, bottom elbow, top hand. Take an inhale. Keep your head rotated. As you exhale, push back up. Then slowly unrotate. Final time. Flip your feet back to the left side. Allow yourself to sit up nice and tall. Rotate your head 45 degrees to the right. It's not exciting work, is it? Take a deep inhale in, but it's wonderful for those semicircular canals. Exhale out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhale out. Make sure you're belly breathing. Slow inhale in. And exhale out. All right, keep 45 degrees. Take an inhale as you exhale, nose dive down to your yoga mat. Slow, deep inhale in. Stack your knees if you like. Exhale out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. And slow inhale in. And exhaling out. All right, bottom elbow, top hand. Take an inhale. Keep your head rotated. Exhale, come back up. And then unrotate your head. Find yourself in easy pose. All right, Brent Daroff, you are done. So allow yourself to place your hands onto your thighs. Let's go through 3 gentle cat-cows here. If you're feeling a little bit of dizziness as we're doing those, A-okay. Again, remember, you might have a little bit of stickiness or dehydration in those semicircular canals. That's why we're doing these exercises today. All right, take an inhale, roll your belly forward, lift that tailbone, lift that rib cage up, lengthen the neck, very gently gaze upward. And then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, abdomen in, rib cage comes down, chin to chest, gaze into your belly button. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling all the way down. Inhaling all the way up. And exhaling all the way into your cat pose. Now very slowly, bring yourself back up into seated position. Right hand, thumb, ring finger, alternate nostril breath for 3 breaths. Close off the right nostril. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a deep inhale into your left nostril. Close off the left, open. Exhale the right. Inhale into the right. Close off the right. Exhale the left. One more breath. Inhale into the left. Close off the left, open the right, and exhale. All right. So we have 2 techniques left. Now, the interesting thing about these 2 techniques is they're very, very similar. One is called the SEMONT exercise, S-E-M-O-N-T. The other one is the Epley maneuver. So the Epley maneuver is commonly, if you had vertigo or BPPV, you would go visit your local physical therapist, and it is the technique that they would do on you. The difference between these 2 techniques is the SEMONT maneuver doesn't really create any extension of your head, where the Epley maneuver does. So we're going to practice SEMONT first. I think it's a little bit easier of a technique to practice, and then we're going to practice the Epley last. So allow yourself to go into your long sitting position again. Staff pose if you like it, or you can have your knees bent. Now, it's going to be very, very important to listen to me to do this technique, because if you look at me, you're probably going to rotate your head to look at me, which will kind of falsify you being able to loosen up that posterior canal. All right, so in this position, what I want you to do is I want you to gaze straight forward. Then I want you to take your head and turn your head 45 degrees. So we're starting with the left ear here. Now turn that head 45 degrees. Take a slow inhale in and an exhale out. Slow inhale in and exhale out. One more, nice deep inhale in and exhale out. Now lay yourself all the way down. Don't lose the 45-degree left rotation. Take a deep inhale in, exhaling out, inhaling in, make sure it's a belly breath, exhaling out, and inhaling in, and exhaling out. All right, keep your body still. Take your head and turn it 90 degrees. So as you turn it 90 degrees, now you're facing 45 degrees to the right. Take a deep inhale in, exhaling out. Two more belly breaths. Inhale in, exhaling out, and inhale in, and exhale out. All right, now keep your head turned at 45 degrees, but turn yourself completely onto your right side. So that means your nose is going to go down to the floor, like the position we were just in when we did the Brandt Daroff exercise. So take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, turn and look down to the right. Take a deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Belly breath, last time in. And exhaling out. Now, bottom elbow, top hand, take a deep inhale. Keep your head right rotated. As you exhale, push yourself back up into easy pose. Then unrotate your head. All right, so that's the Samant exercise for the left ear. So now let's repeat that for the right ear. So find yourself once again in staff pose or something similar to it. Once you get yourself there, again, have your knees bent. Use your hands behind your knees if your abdominals are weak. Stay there. Keep yourself all the way in staff pose. Turn your head 45 degrees to the right. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow inhale in. Exhaling out. Last breath, deep inhale in. And exhale out. All right, now keep that head rotated to the right. Lay yourself flat on the back. Don't let your head unrotate. Take a deep inhale in, and then exhale. Drop yourself down onto your back, head rotated to the right. I like to place my hands on my belly to encourage a belly breath, but take a deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. And inhale in. And exhaling out. Now, 90-degree turn of the head. So take the entire head and turn it 45 degrees to the left. Okay, stay there for your 3 breaths. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. Exhaling out. And inhaling in and exhaling out. Now keep the head rotated to the left, which means as you turn your entire body to your head to the left, your nose is going to go down to your yoga mat. So take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, turn to the left, gaze is down, nose is down, head is rotated down. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling. Last breath. Deep inhale in. And exhaling. Now, bottom elbow, top hand. Keep your head rotated to the left. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, push yourself back up into easy pose. Head stays rotated to the left, and then slowly bring it back to the center. All right. So the Samant technique is done. Now, we're going to do a few cat-cows, a few breaths, and then we have our final technique, which is the Epley maneuver. Now, let me say this. If you had any sense of dizziness, any sense of vertigo or anything as you did the Samant technique, maybe the Epley maneuver is a little aggressive. Maybe you need it, but you might get sick. So I just want to say that before you do your final technique. Hands onto your thighs. Let's go through our cat-cows and our breathing exercise to kind of recalibrate our nervous system. So take an inhale, belly lifts forward, tailbone lifts, rib cage lifts, lengthen the neck gently, gaze up. Exhale, pull the abdomen in, tuck the tailbone under, curl the rib cage under, lengthen the back of the neck, chin into your chest. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time, nice slow inhale in. And slow exhale out. Gently bring yourself back up into your easy pose. Left hand onto your left thigh. Right thumb, right nostril, right index finger, left nostril. Go ahead and close off your right nostril, sitting up nice and tall. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Tongue to the roof of your mouth. Left nostril, take a slow, deep inhale in. Close off the left, open the right, exhaling out. Slow inhale into the right. Close the right, open the left, exhaling out. Final time, inhale into the left. Close the left, open the right, exhaling out. Wonderful. Okay, so the big difference, and it's a big difference to your vestibular system between the Epley maneuver and the Samant technique, is putting your neck in extension. So the way that you put yourself into neck extension is by using a pillow under your chest and your shoulders. So if you're someone that has a lot of degenerative changes, maybe some radicular symptoms related to neck pathology, maybe this isn't the technique you do on your own. Maybe you do see a physical therapist to have this technique done. Maybe you just stick with the Samant technique. But I want to show you the biggest and most important technique for BPPV so that you can manage it yourself if you want to. So when you lay down, let me demonstrate real quickly. It is imperative that your head goes into extension. So the pillow needs to be underneath the shoulders and the chest. So position yourself accordingly so that your pillow is behind you, and then you are in a position of staff pose or long sitting with your knees bent, hands around the legs for weaker abdominals. Now, here's the good news. It's the exact same positioning and movement we did for the Samant technique. So you've already done it once. Just listen to me as we repeat the technique. The big difference is your neck is now in extension. So sitting up nice and tall, lengthen your neck, gaze straight forward. Take your neck and your head rotated 45 degrees to the left. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Now remember, keep that head rotated 45 degrees, but on your exhale, lay yourself back and over that pillow. Deep inhale in. As you exhale, down you go into left rotation and extension of your head. Focus on your belly breath. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. All right, now with your head, turn your head 90 degrees. So that's 45 degrees to the right. Take a deep inhale in and exhale and turn. So your head is in extension and 45 degrees to the right. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow inhale in. Exhaling out. Last breath here. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Now remember, your head stays rotated 45 degrees, but you're going to lay yourself onto your right side so your nose goes down to your yoga mat. Take a nice deep inhale in. Then as you exhale, rotate to the right with your body. Nose is down. Allow yourself to keep that right rotation. Knees are stacked. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale. Exhale out. And last breath here. Slow, deep inhale. And exhaling out. Now keep your head right rotated, bottom elbow, top hand. Take a deep inhale. Then as you exhale, push yourself up into easy pose. Once you're in easy pose, unrotate your head slowly. I hope you did well with that exercise and you're just making your vestibular system stronger every moment. Okay. Last time around here, this time we're doing it for the right ear, the Epling maneuver. So allow yourself to once again position yourself in long sitting staff pose. Again, make sure please that your pillow is behind you so that your head will go off the end of the pillow into extension. Now, you can stay in staff pose for your breathing, or you can bring yourself into a long sitting hands behind to hold on if you've got some weak abdominals. Then listen to me. Don't look at me. Gaze straight forward for a minute. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Now turn your gaze to the right 45 degrees. Deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Belly breath, guys. Deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Slow inhale in. And exhale out. All right, keep that head rotated 45 degrees. Lay your body down so that your neck goes in extension. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower the body, drop the head, stay in 45 degrees as you hold yourself there. Now, find that belly breath. Deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Deep inhale in and exhaling out. Now remember, your head stays in extension, but you're turning it 90 degrees to the left. So you'll be looking 45 degrees to the left. Take a deep inhale in, exhale, rotate the head 45 degrees to the left. You've got it. Okay, staying there. Fix your gaze, find your belly breath. Deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Slow inhale in. Exhaling out. One more breath. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Now turn your body completely 90 degrees to the left. Your nose goes down to the yoga mat. Take a deep inhale in and exhale and rotate. Stack those knees. Take a slow inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Slow inhale in. Exhaling out. And inhaling in. And exhaling out. Finally, keep your head rotated left, the bottom elbow, top hand. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, push yourself up into easy pose. Once you're in easy pose, finally, gently unrotate your head to the center. All right. You have done some amazing work for your vestibular system today. The last thing we're going to do is simply close with a blessing. We're not going to do any crazy spinal twisting because we've done lots of twisting and rotating of our head. So allow yourself to gently take an inhale, roll your belly forward, lift your tailbone, lengthen the rib cage, gaze up. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone, pull your abdomen in, curl your rib cage, lengthen the back of the neck, chin into your chest. Slowly inhale, come back up into that seated position. Gently place your hands to the center of your heart. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have happy and healthy vestibular systems.